Well, good afternoon, everybody. These are some old folks from week one. I can't really say that they're old, but they used to work with us at week one. This is Ryan and Ian Hodges. They are just a wonderful couple. They live down in Mississippi now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got that right. Okay.
Yep.
I can remember them when they were campers, and then junior counselors, and then they were on the staff with us as head counselors, and that it's just, I miss having you guys there. It was always a blessing, just to see your faces and the joy that you would have being there at camp. Just being down there at the amphitheater when you're introducing your teams. You remember that? And
Oh, yeah.
talking about the special kids and everything. Well, we're doing these interviews, and it's 49 days of CBC, and it's just to remind people of the beauty of Carolina Bible Camp.
Yeah.
And we have that experience of being there, working together, sharing laughs, sharing tears, sharing the fun times. Well, I just wanted to take a minute to invite y'all back in to the family of Carolina Bible Camp and just experience some of the love that y'all had for camp for a few minutes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I guess my first question is, how much do you miss CBC?
Oh my goodness. We think about it
So
all
much.
the time. I think we've got a bumper sticker, we see it on our car every day.
Yeah.
Man, we miss it so much.
Yeah. For such a long time,
Yeah.
it was the highlight of our summer. That's what we looked forward to, just every year for the longest time.
Yeah.
And so it's been really difficult not being able to get up there as often, but we think about it and talk about it so much.
Yeah.
We see that the impact that it still has on so many people, and we definitely want to get our kids up there someday for sure.
Yeah.
I was talking to Leah about camp and explaining to her what camp was when all this 49 days of CBC started. I was talking to her about it, and I was like, hey, one day you're going to get to go to Carolina Bible Camp. And just, getting to explain some of what it was to her just brought back so many memories. And, but yeah, we miss it so much. We miss it for sure.
Oh yeah.
For the first time that I came back to work at camp, and this was, I can't remember what year it was, but your mom was there, Ryan. And I remember sitting with her that week. It was my first week being back at camp. And just this kind-hearted person she is.
Yeah.
She just,
absolutely. Nicest person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Come
and
on.
your dad too.
Yeah.
So I remember that very well. And I think I even have some video of skits that y'all did with your kids way back when.
Oh boy.
So that could come out here.
Yeah.
Got hot out here.
You a little nervous there, buddy?
A little bit.
Well,
oh boy.
Well, sitting here thinking about camp and everything, I'm sure just with your experience and love for camp, how did it make you feel when you heard that camp was canceled for the summer?
Yeah, it was just
broke my heart.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a few years, but man, I think about all the lost opportunity. I think about all the people that are not gonna get their first year at camp this year. As much as I think we all selfishly would love to be there again.
Yes.
I think about all the people that missed their first opportunity, and man, it breaks my heart. Just to think about that.
Yeah, we were just, heartbroken, like everybody was, especially the people that, you guys are still getting to go every summer and work. But it just broke our heart thinking about not being able to have camp and the kids not being able to get to experience, because, so many people, the kids especially, look forward to that.
Oh, man.
Like it was, like we said, it was the highlight of our summer.
Yeah.
So we know that this is definitely a tough time for everybody, but we are excited to see, how God is using this tough situation and bringing people together, bringing us together. Like we wouldn't be able to see you this year, and we're getting to talk to you, and it's neat to see how God is using this anyway, to bring us all together. So that's been good to see.
That is. Y'all remember this on Sunday afternoon when the kids are coming in, their parents are dropping them off, and the chaos, and
Oh yeah.
mom saying, "Did you bring this? Did you
Right,
bring this?"
right.
And then the one kid that forgets his sleeping bag, and so you have to go find his sleeping bag
Yep.
somewhere.
Yep.
Or the underwear, they forget everything. You have to
That's
get
right.
everything for
There's no telling. Yep. Scrounge. Yeah.
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 Oh man. Well, so let me ask you this: how old were you when you first came to CBC? You were a first-time camper.
I was 17.
All
I
right.
was 17 when I first started.
I was 9.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So yeah.
Were you a pre-camper, I guess?
No, first week. I was 9.
Okay.
I came, and then came every year. Started working in the kitchen, and Ian and I started dating. And I was like, "Hey, you've got to come to Bible camp. Like, this is the best part of my summer. You got to come with me."
I remember you coming, man.
Yep.
Threw him in. Didn't know what he was getting into, Oof. But yeah. So yeah, I guess ever since I was 9, I went up until I was probably 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So went for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. A lot of fun memories, right?
Oh my goodness.
For
Come
sure.
on. There was so much. Yeah. We had such a good time there. Yeah.
Yeah. Some things we can't talk about.
Yeah.
There's those late night discussions after the kids have gone to bed and everybody's sitting around talking. And
oh yeah.
y'all miss the late night singing with the kitchen workers and the junior counselors.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think every year, even when I've not been there, my heart kind of feels that, and I just kind of this time of the year, it's just always the start of the summer, and I just kind of have that feeling in me that man, I need that, and I want that, and yeah, man, good times, laughs, tears, like you said, a little bit of everything encapsulated in that time. Yeah. What a recharge!
Definitely. So you started. So you've been going for about 10 years or 11 years, really, as a camper, then, right, Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a long time. So you only know of the one camp location. That's Moxville.
Right.
Moxville.
Yeah. When I started dating Melissa, they were at Woodman of the World over in Asheboro.
Okay.
And she talked me into coming up there, and it downhill from there,
Yeah, right.
I believe I was baptized over there at Woodman of the World. I came up to visit on Wednesday night. Yeah. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You'll never forget that then. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got this question is going to be kind of tough. It's going to be share your favorite memory that you have from Carolina Bible Camp. It can be from week 1 or week 6 or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Man, Andy. Goodness gracious. That is so hard.
Let me go first.
Yeah.
I'll do mine. Okay. So there's tons. I mean, you can't, it's so hard to just pick one out. But the thing that sticks out in my mind, one of the most impactful things, I guess, for one of my camp experiences was when I was a kitchen worker for first week. I think I was 14. So I don't know if you had started coming yet. But Brad Forrest was leading the Bible class for the kitchen workers. And his lessons were always so meaningful. But one thing that he did for us was we each had to take a turn sitting in like the spotlight chair. And each of our other kitchen workers, peers, had to go around and compliment us on something that they recognized in us, something that stood out about us to them. And it was really meaningful opportunity just to hear from our peers, encouraging things and qualities that they saw in us that were Christ-like or that were meaningful to them, especially at such an impressionable age. 14 is a hard age.
Yeah.
And so I mean, to this day, I think about the list. I think someone wrote down a list for each person of those things, and I kept it for the longest time. I'm sure it's probably still stuck in my Bible. But just that I still remember that, that was something that was really impactful for me. And I think just those years of being a kitchen worker in general, it's a hard job. You get, to serve the campers and serve the other workers. But it's so important, especially at that age. It's just full of fun, full of hard work, but you still get, the fun camp being a kid experience. And so I think that's my favorite memory.
Man, it's gonna be hard to live up to that.
On the spot now.
I mean, I don't know how in the world you pick one. I can think of about 7 right now. I gotta say though, I remember one time I was a counselor at First Week. And, we would always have kind of like a Devo after our final Devo down at the amphitheater. We come back to the cabin, we kind of have some conversation. And I think what we ended up doing is we let the kids decide and kind of lead how long they wanted to run that Devo for. And we just kind of let that progress throughout the week. I think we were in the oldest cabin. And I just remember getting towards on and on in the week, and it just kind of kept developing more and more. And they started asking these questions. I was like, my goodness, how are they able to come up with stuff like this? And, it's just a really cool thing to think through that some of these kids are at such a young age. They're so, I guess, just like Ryan said, so impressionable that they can yearn and have this desire to have such a deep relationship with God, and it continued to blow me away. And so each night, we just kind of progressed more and more. And I don't know, I just remember looking back at that, and I guess I was, 18 or something like that, and to think through as an 18-year-old, like looking back at that now, what impact that I had on me too. To see some of these kids that are younger than me, that not really that much difference in age, what they have this desire and this passion to learn. Wow. That's kind of a burden, but it's also something that jazzes me up and gets me excited to continue to want to do that. Does that make sense? But
well, look at it like this. How much stronger is your faith now based on the experience you had working with those younger kids?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You see them grow, and I look at you two. I've seen y'all grow up. You're a married couple with 2 kids, a house, a beautiful garden. That right there is exciting to me. And you look at those things and you're just really, really happy for people. Ryan, while you were talking, it made me think of something. When you're talking about the kitchen workers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it was the first year that y'all were on staff. Do you remember having to make that decision on who came in as kitchen workers and junior counselors?
Come on.
Yeah.
Was it easy?
No. Oh my goodness, no. Because you've watched these kids grow up coming to camp.
Yeah.
And so having to decide who gets to serve in what role, it's definitely a tough.
I don't know where. I don't know what I was looking. I was looking at my email the other day, and I came across an email between you and Mandy that it was talking just about all of that, deciding all of that stuff, and counselors and kitchen workers, and I just thinking through all that stuff. Oh man, that is hard.
That's one thing I dread every year, is having to make that decision on those kids.
Yeah.
You're gonna break somebody's heart. You're breaking somebody's heart. But that's why I usually get in trouble, because I have too many on week 7.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. Shh, don't say nothing.
Don't tell anybody.
That's right.
You have 35 kitchen workers, and
job's gonna get done.
Yeah, it'll be clean. It'll be clean.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-oh. Wait a second, guys.
Uh-oh.
This is impromptu. Um,
This sounds weird. What are you doing?
Say hello to Ryan and Ian Hodges.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How in the world are you?
I'm interviewing them right now. So,
I didn't know that.
well, say hello to them and I'll talk to you.
Oh my goodness! Hello to two of my favorite folks in the world. Go on.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, let me finish this interview and I'll give you a call back, Kirk.
Yeah, call me back. I just checked all this.
All right. Look, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Who would have expected that, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. I miss, I see him about once a week and I still miss him,
Oh my goodness.
Now,
Yeah.
this next question is one that is going to come from the heart, I'm sure. What would you say to a kid if it was his first time ever attending Carolina Bible Camp?
Man, if I got my gut tells me have fun, enjoy the people that are there, and I don't know, leave nothing on the table. Give everything you got and then embrace it all. The craziness, the funness, the deep, the everything that comes with it. Leave nothing on the table. Just have as much. I don't know. What am I trying to say? I guess go spend time with people in free time. Go utilize everything that you can. Try something new. It's just a great opportunity. It's a safe space. It's you can do anything, ask anything. And it's a pretty safe space to do that. And I think that that's really important for kids these days, to have a good, safe space that we can do that in and ask questions. All the hard things. So, but have fun. I mean, enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah. I think for me, just especially for the first week kids, the kids who are thinking about going to the first time, that 8, 9, 10-year-old age group. Sometimes that's really tough, thinking about going somewhere you've never been before. And I was really scared my first year that I went to camp, and I didn't know very many people. I knew a few kids from my church, but I didn't know very many people. But you're going to make friends. Yeah. You're going to have a wonderful time. Yeah. Camp is designed for you to have so much fun. And everybody that's there is there to support you and to help you have a good time. So you will always have somebody that you can turn to. Your counselors want you to have the best week that you can possibly have. And so they're always there for you to ask questions of, or to get help with anything that may be going on. And it's, it's a really good chance to kind of disconnect from the world for a little bit. And I know for me, when I was younger, that was something that I really looked forward to. It was also hard, to disconnect from, my phone or talking to my friends, but it was really good to just be able to focus on worshiping God and learning more about God and growing in my faith. And it's an experience that, is life-changing. And you're going to really, really enjoy it. You're going to want to come back every year. Yeah. I mean, I would not have gone back every single year for that long if I didn't love it so much. And so I think, if you just give it a try, you'll not regret it. You're going to have one of the best times of your life.
I got to say too, can I say one other thing on that?
Yeah.
I got to say too, that the people that are at camp, all the staff, all the counselors, kitchen workers, everybody that's there is there to love and care at a level that you probably won't know for a while. And, I think about, for me, I didn't have much time as a camper there. But I think about even my time as being as a counselor or head counselor, all the people that supported me and cared for me. And, there's nobody there that would not do anything for you. And so if you're apprehensive about it, know that everybody is rooting for you and everybody's on your side. And I just think that's important to know too, coming in so young.
You see those young, the junior counselors when they get up there and do their first Devo down at the amphitheater.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first time I ever spoke was down there at the amphitheater.
Really?
Week 1. Yeah. Yeah. So it's,
look where you are now.
Yeah. Old, bald. Well, I've got one more question I want to ask you guys, and I know this one's going to be hard just because of the impact that so many people have had on your life through Carolina Bible Camp. If there was one person or multiple people that have made an impression on you, who would that be?
Well, thanks for saying multiple, because I think I could go through the long list here, but
yeah,
I think first week, all the staff there had such a profound impact on who I am right now. And they inspired me to continue to go to Carolina Bible Camp. Andy, I think about, my last week at camp, actually, I got strep while I was there.
That's right.
Man, I remember I was asleep in the bed in that bunk, and I remember you walking in and bringing me some food and like, Ian, man, you're going to have to wake up and eat something. And, it's like you just don't think about some of those things, but you still cared for me there. I think about Kirk, and he always challenged us to be the best part of us that we could be. And, you said multiple, so I got to say, I think about Bonnie Grigsby, and man, what a profound impact she had on my life. And she loves like no other, and she is absolutely unashamed of doing whatever she can to try to challenge and encourage you. And I'm who I am because of some of these people. So I could keep going, but I'm going to let Ryan talk. But
yeah, there's just so many people, but especially, starting off going to camp so young at 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Denise were the head counselors. Yeah. Every year I went, I think, up until I was, almost aged out. And just, when you're trying to teach your children about Christ, and my parents teaching me and my sisters about Christ, there's only so much you're going to listen to your own parents, but just the opportunity that camp gives to have these other role models, spiritual role models, just was, so powerful in my life. I felt like I could turn to Bonnie or Denise for anything. I still feel like I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just now that we've grown and become friends, I think it's it just speaks to the level of care that they give to every camper that comes to camp. They want you to know how much you are loved by God, and how special you are as an individual, and that God specifically cares about you.
Yeah.
And I think they really instilled that in me from a young age. And so I really appreciate them. And somebody for both of us that we both talked about was Maureen Giannini.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing her smile at the canteen, hearing her laugh about things. There's nobody that can get us laughing quite as hard as Maureen at camp. And just the love she showed both of us through our relationship as we were dating and, growing together. Was just so meaningful to both of us. And she still is, is a dear, dear friend to us. So, a few of those people. We could name everybody.
Oh, come on.
We have to narrow it down. If we have to narrow it down, that's who we'll go with.
Well, I wonder how, I guess we could do a survey one time of how many couples had started at camp and became married and started their families, and
quite a few.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Well, there's one common thing that I hear from most people during these interviews, and that's we always find those kids that may not experience love, and that's the 1 week that they get it. And you guys, I've seen you guys pour your hearts out to them, helping them during those weeks. And there's always that one special kid that you can remember in your mind that the first day they were there, you were like, oh my, this is going to be a long week with this kid. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, that kid's coming up and hugging you. And just can't, I don't know how many kids I've seen climbing all over your backs, both of you, walking from one end of the camp to the other. So, it's been great catching up with you two. And
you too, Andy. We miss you
so good to
so
see
much.
you.
I'm so proud of you, and I hope to have the day when y'all be back at camp with your kids.
I can't wait.
Too.
It's like I say, I tell most people that if you didn't know Ryan and Ian, you need to learn. You need to go meet them. They're wonderful people.
Thank you. Same can be said for you. My goodness.
I appreciate that. Well, as we finish out this conversation, I know there's a lot of people back here in North Carolina you want to say hello to, and you probably have. You could probably spend all night doing that, but
we could.
And just kind of talk about camp for a second, and the people that you remember, and we'll finish with that. And if you cry, I'm gonna cry, Ryan.
I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop. Oh man, I think of all the people. I keep going back to this first week, and I think I think of you. I think of Brett. So often hiding behind things and sitting in a corner trying to stay away from all the spotlight. I think of Kirk, and I think of all the kids that were campers and moved into counselors that I got to see that happen with, that maturing, that growth. But Bonnie, Denise, Bobby,
Tim.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
You got it, man. You're gonna get me going. Man, we miss that place so much, and there's not a bad time at CBC. There's not a bad thing that comes out of CBC, and every single moment, every opportunity is God's working in. And I gotta say, if there's a holy place on this earth, it's got to be at CBC.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And God works there, and He works through it. And I haven't been to all weeks of camp, but I gotta say, I can guarantee you every week of camp, God's working it. And I'm proud that I've been able to go to Carolina Bible Camp. Man, we cannot wait to get back there, get our kids there, and it's just it's such a recharge, recentering, powerful, fun place that I wouldn't be who I am today. I don't know if any of us would be who we are today without CBC. So all the people and the food, the candy, the craziness.
Casey.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But
right.
yeah,
we should want to say anything, or can you?
Well, I probably won't get through anything, but we miss you guys so much.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Love the work that you're continuing to do, and we're so proud of you guys.
Very.
We're definitely going to get back up there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this. I appreciate you opening your hearts, and the love for Carolina Bible Camp came out in your words, and I appreciate it so much. I love you guys, and can't wait to see you sometime. And, keep showing photos of those kiddos. I love seeing those. So
Yeah.
Andy.
Take care of yourself and keep up with the 49 days of Carolina Bible Camp.
For
No
sure.
telling what you're going to see in the next couple of days.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're looking forward to
I
it.
hope it's good.
Yes. I got to go back and find these videos now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Andy.
Bye.
Thank you.